Hi everybody, this is going to be a fun little episode of our little second cup series that we've been doing. Today we are with Joe Leone. So everyone knows Joe Leone for his incredible sandwiches and platters, and I am a huge fan of your chicken cutlets. I think they're amazing, and
Thank
I
you.
really love the bean and escarole soup.
Okay, great.
Which
Thank
is
you
also
so
my
much.
son Jack's favorite. Yeah.
Thank you.
Today we're here with Joe Leone, the author. So we're going to talk about, he has a book coming out next month, just in time for Thanksgiving, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, how it came to be, and if you could just tell us a little bit about the book. Why don't you start with the name of it and what it's about?
Well, basically, BJ, she's an author. She basically does all different types of books, and I've always wanted to write my book, and I'm getting ready. So she's basically preparing me for the big book. But she's doing more of an illustrated book. So there's a lot of drawings in there. There's a lot of talking about Thanksgiving. It's based upon Thanksgiving with hopes of doing like a Christmas one and then an Easter one. It's basically, she's using this as a tool to get me to be more creative, because I'm more creative when it comes to food and design in my store, and I've been successful at that, thank God. I'm very blessed with that. It's just more of me expressing myself, where she's doing more illustrations of drawings and then also is going to be writing, and then there's also going to be recipes in there. But it's all going to break down. My parents are divorced, so I shared different Thanksgiving traditions through my eyes as a child, and then also where I am as an adult, going to my brother-in-law John's house with my in-laws. Also, my brother-in-law John's house was actually spending Thanksgiving with my wife's family in the very beginning, and what our traditions are. It is, BJ has a very different approach, where she meets with me and interviews me and talks to me. So I haven't officially saw it yet.
Oh.
Which I'm really happy to get like a little bit of editing. I know that it's going to be released on November 10th. So I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be going for foot surgery in January. So that's where I'm going to be like pinned down to a chair, and BJ's going to come in, and we're going to put this book together. Probably take about 3 to 4 months, and hopefully this is preparing me for that, which it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm writing ideas down and some different things, and her and I are back and forth, but she's really creative. I'm letting her take the wheel of this.
Okay.
So I've never wrote a book before.
Yeah, of course. And I think everybody has a story in them, which is what we say the second cup is where the stories are told. When you get to sit down and you get to really think about what you want to say. And I think both of us are small business owners here in Point. I think our stores kind of reflect who we are a little bit.
Absolutely.
And so now it'll be a book that
it's going to reflect a little bit of an insight,
Yeah.
but also my identity with having identity with recipes and cooking. I'm also going to adapt that, and then also in my larger book that I'm going to be writing, is going to be different chapters, and at the end of each chapter there's going to be a recipe that goes for that type of what's in that chapter.
Why don't you tell us a little bit, because what we like to do here is we like to celebrate not only small businesses, but Point Pleasant Beach in general, because we love it here and we think everybody should spend more time here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about like your store and how it reflects you and how it started?
Well, I started my business, I was 21 years old. I just turned 50, and it's been a great run here in Point Pleasant Beach. Our roots are here in Point Pleasant Beach when I started. We started out as a bread bakery, really focusing on Italian bread. It was really something, when people ask about our store, it was very organic. So guests that would come into our store would tell us what they wanted, and as per week we were building, we were adapting changes to what they wanted. So telling stories, it's many stories of what people want. A lot of times I'll do consulting work now that the brand has grown to be what it is, where people actually have me go out to their location and look at their business plan and get my feedback on it. And they always want to know, how did you start? And it was basically, I opened up the door, started making bread, started making fresh mozzarella. People say, do you make sandwiches? Yes, we make sandwiches. Do you cook prepared foods? Yes, we've got a nice lunch business. We start preparing foods. Then we started going to the specialties, the items on the shelves, and we started doing catering and trays, and then doing off-premise And then, you know, I realized early on that I had to surround myself with people that were better than me in certain areas.
Like, we do not have books that we think people should read. I mean, I do have a lot of staff picks, obviously, but we know what people want to read.
What they're interested.
Yeah, you can't force.
And the thing is like, you know, I always go back to, like, we're known for our meatballs, right?
Right.
But the meatballs that I made at home and when I was coming out of culinary school were very, very different than the meatballs that I make. My father-in-law, God rest his soul, I was, you know, some people would say, the meatballs are bready, they're too soft. I made the meatballs that I was used to at home.
Yeah.
That I felt was a good product.
Yeah.
My father-in-law took me around to different old school restaurants like Vic's and Swan Tavern, Vic's and Bradley Beach, Graziano's, where else? A couple other places that were well known. Garuzzo's back then. And they had more of a meatier type of taste to it, and some of them had onions in it. And I never did that, but I made more of my custom made of how I visioned that type of a meatball for the Jersey Shore at that time, and we stuck with it. But it's so true, like, you know, you have to give the guests what they want.
Right.
It's not what I want.
Right. Yes,
you know,
I know.
And through the years, I've tried making dishes the way that I like to make them. And sometimes they're successful, sometimes they're not.
I feel like this in your store, and that's how I hope my store feels. Like, I feel like I like to make it feel like I'm having company. And if I was having company, I would want them to feel like it's your place, like make yourself at home, which is how I feel.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, you know, our first original store, we had that feel.
Yeah.
It's our original home. And then it's kind of like when you build an expansion on your home, sometimes, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But we try to listen to the guests and say, well, what did you like about the old store that you don't like about this store? Is it the way the layout? Because we went from, you know, doing 200 to 300 transactions a day up to 1,200 transactions a day. So it's a lot of people coming in and out. So we have to, you know, navigate our and give them the same experience.
Right.
You know, that's one of the big things. We want to give them the same experience that they got. And we work really, really hard, no matter how big we grew the company.
We get people. We have our book club used to be like 10 people, and now it's like 60 or 65.
Wow.
And
Good
people are like, we miss the small group, but you can't. I mean, I get it because it's like cozier, but at the same time, it's what you want. You want more people
your
to
business
experience
to grow. You
it.
want more people to talk about your business.
Yeah, you want more people to feel.
Absolutely.
You want people to have that same experience, so it's a good thing.
And being an entrepreneur, you know, that's something that doesn't resonate well where we put the brakes on a lot.
Right.
You know, a lot of times guests or people in the business, they say, Joe, what's next? You know, what are you doing next? What are you growing upon next? And you know, I'm getting to the point where it's like, you know what? I just want to focus on what we have.
Yeah, maybe there doesn't always have to be a next.
It doesn't have to be a next yet.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe you just sit.
I'm kind of waiting to see my two oldest children. One's 25, one's 23. They don't have any interest in the business. One tried it and just wasn't her thing.
Right.
Bella tried it, but then I also have three others: Luciano, Antonina, and Maria. And then we also have my son, my nephew, my godson. John's son, my nephew, Grayson, and you know, we got those four. You know, we'll see if they're interested.
Yeah.
If they're interested, yes, of course, we'll have to expand a little bit. Make the business continue. We have another family to do, another two families.
Yep.
But until that time comes, we're letting them be kids and not putting any pressure on them.
Smart. As long as they have an aptitude for food, that's good.
Well, attitude for food and love for food and
like to be around people.
And also want to work and be around people.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, so they're going to definitely, you know, if they're interested in the business like I did with Bella, and Bella, I guess, didn't really like it as much. She was like, you're washing dishes for a month.
Yeah.
Then you work in the bakery for a month.
Yeah.
Because you're going to learn every little aspect of this business so that...
There's nothing fancy
about
but
my daughter hung out with us for 18 months. And she also went and traveled and worked at other places. And she said, Dad, you know, this really isn't for me. And she goes, I love the business we built. Appreciate the life that you've given us through this business. And I'll help out at the holidays or I'll help out when you need me to. But she said, I don't know if I can manage employees. That was the bottom line for what she says. And I'd rather her, she thought I would be upset with her, disappointed with her. And I said, no, I'd rather know in 30 years from now. Like, I don't want to know 30 years from now that you were unhappy and you forced yourself to make me
Owning
happy.
a business is like being a parent. You have to really want it. You have to be passionate about it.
Being a parent and being married to the same thing.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You got to be married to the business and whatnot. But my book should be coming out soon.
Yeah,
like
it's going to be
November.
exciting.
I'm
I
excited
think people that
about
are
it.
your fans will put a little link in the thing where people can pre-order from here, or they can order it from your store.
Not from my store. We're doing it right out of
just
here.
out of here.
Yeah,
Okay, and then Joe will sign them for you.
Yes, I'll sign them. But it's going to be interesting. Like I said, don't be scared about the book. Like Joe, you didn't see it yet. I didn't see it all completed yet. I think that, and I have a lot of respect for the art. It's just basically, Joe, you're going to make me a dish, and let me see how it's going to come out. I think BJ's approach with me is the same way. Like, I got this, it's all good, it's going to be ready to go. And yes, of course, you're going to read over it, and I'll make little changes. But and the book fair that you had up there was really nice.
That was fun. Glad you came.
Yeah, it was great.
I know we have a great community. We have great little stores. Everybody's got more to their store than just what's in it. Do you? I have to ask because I'm a bookstore person. Is there a book in your life that's your favorite, or a childhood book, or anything that you, when somebody asks you what your favorite book is, do you have any?
I actually do that I read on Anthony Bourdain. Tony Bourdain was a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
And then reading his Kitchen Confidentials was just really great. I always have that book.
That's amazing.
That book sitting there. And then I'm actually reading a book currently. It's The Let Them.
Oh,
Let Them. A friend of mine gave me that, and I'll tell you, there's quite a few people in my life, a couple family members, that I'm just gonna let them. And I'm learning that let them theory, and I'm sure that's gonna be a favorite book of mine because it's really helped me adapt to understanding some different things.
Me too. And I feel like
I have a couple old team members and we're disgruntled.
I wish I read it 20 years ago.
Just let them go, let them be them, and
it is true. It saves you a lot of stress.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It helps you focus more on the positives.
Thank
you.
Thank
this
you.
was fun. And I told you it was simple, and we just we're
simple.
very excited for this book to come out right in time for Thanksgiving. The perfect gift to give somebody with their favorite dish from Joleone's.
It's all about, not from Joleone's. These are all dishes.
That's true.
These are all dishes that I grew up around. There's not a Joleone dish in there. So, maybe like the antipasta
but people that love you and your store are going to want to know.
They're going to like different things. Like there's different type of stuffing in there. There's just different things. But it's I'm excited about it. I'm really excited to see what DJ comes up with for the first run, and it's a good learning experience for me. I'm getting ready for the big book.
Good luck with your next one.
We call it the big book.
I love it.
Thanks.
Thanks. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.